Clayton's policy with sports cuts is that as long as you show up to practices, you cannot be cut from the team. We have set up a couple of interviews in order to get answers, such as why sports cuts would help and hurt Clayton students, and if, in the end, they should be cut out of sports.
Buddy Soderman. I help teach health and PE here at Clayton High School. I'm also the head boys basketball coach.
This is Coach Nooner. He coaches girls volleyball at Clayton High School, and I'm going to ask him a couple of questions about cuts in sports.
So I'm Miss Young. I'm the coordinator of athletics and activities, and this is my third year at Clayton High School.
Yeah, so my name's Steve Hudson, and I serve as the athletic director here at Clayton High School.
So how does it feel to cut someone off a team?
It's incredibly challenging. It's one of the hardest things coaches have to do is to create that judgment, because we know that all of our students are trying their very best to impress and do what's right and do what's best for for the team. But it can be the most challenging thing that we have to do as coaches is to make those cuts.
When cutting somebody on a team, it always feels kind of bad because they're missing out on opportunities. But to keep the team competitive, it's essential in some sports.
Would you say that your coaching style changes when there aren't any cuts?
Yeah, your coaching style definitely has to change because one, you have more people on your team probably than it's supposed to handle, and two, you have a bigger varied set of skills. So you're coaching kids that are at a high level and then coaching kids that are at a low level because everyone's making the team.
I don't think my coaching style changes. I do think that the logistics of our team formation change based on having cuts or no cuts, but the way that I instruct and the way that I lead our program doesn't change at all.
What do you think is a good part of cutting people from teams?
I think cutting people from teams keeps programs competitive. It makes kids work even harder in the off season and at tryouts to make sure that they make the team rather than get cut.
What do you think is the bad part of sports cuts?
Yeah, just from just the human side of things, telling someone that they're not good enough is a really challenging thing. It's really hard, and I know coaches don't take those decisions lightly. There's a lot of thought that goes into them. So I think just physically saying, hey, you're not going to be a part of it, or you're going to be a part of it in a different capacity, is it just a really challenging conversation to have.
We interviewed many officials from Clayton High School.
Cutting players, it just gives a small little snapshot, and you just never know what those players can develop into.
Why do you allow everyone to make a team?
Why do we allow everyone to make a team? For one, like I said, if they come out, then they're showing that initiative. They're showing that that they want to be a part of the Clayton athletic community. So putting them on a team gives them that opportunity so that they can be a part of something, whichever team they choose. And then it's a good opportunity for them to just see if this is something that they really want to do. So being a part of the team, it brings so many other characteristics, being dedicated, being on time. So you're learning so many things, organization, time management. So that's something that the students being on a team, regardless if they get in a game or get playing time, it's still things that they can actually learn by being on that team.
Mr. Hudson brought an important part of the policy to life.
Why do you allow everyone to make a team?
Well, there's a little bit of confusion around that. The participation policy was written in 2017 by the Athletic Advisory Committee, which is a group of parents and coaches, including the athletic directors at that time. And the way it is written is in such that we can cut at the varsity level. So all of our developmental teams, our freshman teams, and our JV teams, we do allow all students who want to participate. Then we place them on rosters. But when they get to be seniors or those who are underclassmen trying out for that varsity team, we do make cuts to set those rosters accordingly as to the number of uniforms we have for that program.
Do you think that the policy makes CHS athletics look worse compared to other schools' athletics?
I wouldn't say it looks worse. I really like the participation policy because it gives all of our underclassmen an opportunity to participate in sports. But ultimately, we're trying to develop strong competitive varsity programs. So when we do get to the varsity level, we will make cuts. And that may include a senior who has played their freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And then when they get to that varsity tryout, they may be cut. If they are cut, we do allow them to continue to be part of the program as, say, a student assistant or even play on a JV roster if they choose to.
So what do you think, Clayton High School? Should the policy be dropped or kept?